This segment of Naperville Sports Weekly is brought to you by BMO Harris Bank.
We are here at Naperville Central with senior captain of the boys water polo team, Matt Reagan. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So first thing I want to start off with, obviously last season, much talked about year. What was it like being part of such an historic year?
It was awesome. Great leadership last year, so it was fun being around those guys, and it was kind of surreal. Not really till halfway through the season we realized what we could do, so
Yeah.
kind of.
And you touched on my next question, leadership. You're losing a lot of good seniors. Yeah. What do you think is going to be the hardest part of replacing them? Is it more talent or more leadership? I know it's both, but what do you think it's more of?
I think talent, yes, but I think the seniors this year, great leadership, and a lot of the underclassmen are stepping up too. I think we have to worry about talent, but as the season goes along, I think we'll all develop into great players for our team. So,
at what point last year was undefeated kind of talked about?
I wouldn't say until late April. I think we probably had 2 more tournaments left before sectionals, and we were kind of like, this is real. So,
yeah. Who did you take most after as a senior last year, kind of looking up to?
Probably Nick Walker. This year I played the same position he played last year, so I learned a lot from him last year, and that helped a lot. His mistakes, I learned from them as I learned from my own mistakes. So,
now going into this season, you guys got the target on your back, defending state champs. Do you like that?
I love it. I mean, I think my team does too.
Yeah.
So I think it just elevates our game because everyone else wants to beat us. So every game will be intense, and we'll have to step up, play our best.
And just like every other sport, when the top team comes in, you're going to get everyone's best effort because everyone wants to say they beat Naperville Central. So undefeated is hard again, obviously, go back-to-back undefeated. So say you do lose a game early. How do you, as a senior and the other seniors, are going to approach that so the team doesn't get down right away?
I would say to not let it get in any of our players' heads because one loss doesn't affect the whole season. I guess we got lucky last year with not losing a game, but losing a game isn't bad. We can learn from it, and then we come back next game, play a lot better.
When did you start water polo?
I started in 3rd grade.
And when you got to high school, I know you do swimming as well. Were you always aware you were going to do both, or did you kind of question that?
I was always planning on doing both. I always leaned toward water polo. So swimming I use as conditioning for water polo mainly. Yeah.
So swimming harder?
Swimming is harder, but all the work that we put in during swim season pays off for water polo.
It's kind of probably tough to explain, but how tough is water polo on your body?
Every practice, my energy is drained, so it's very tough. Injuries don't come by very often, so I guess the hardest part is just the wear and tear of the sport.
The stamina, keeping that up. If you didn't do swimming, so for the guys that aren't on the swim team, how do they, I know you prepare with swimming and other stuff, but how do they prepare for the water polo season?
Off season, so while we're swimming, a lot of the guys I know lift a lot, so that helps, and they're in the pool treading, so it's not like they're absent from the water, which helps a lot, and they know that they need the stamina from swimming, so they do the most they can to prepare.
Can you take me through a typical day? I know you got morning and afternoon practices.
Yeah, so we have mornings 4 days a week, and 2 of the days we lift, 2 of the days we swim, and then that's for an hour, and after school we have 2 hours of water polo. So treading, 6-on-5, 6-on-6, counterattack, all that stuff.
Has there been a different vibe at all this year going into the season than in previous years?
I would say so, yes, just because of the target on our back, like you said, and I think we're trying to go with the same mentality as we have every year, play our best, and know that we have a lot of developing to go through the season, so take it step by step, game by game, and we'll get there.
You already mentioned some underclassmen as earlier in when we were talking. Can you give us some names that we don't really know about that you think are going to be big contributors this year?
There's Ken Emden. I know you know about him from last year. Bender Russo, Luke Klein-Collins, Brad Sanford, all sophomores, all looking to play this year on varsity. So,
as a senior, what have you done differently this year that you didn't do in years past?
I think I have the opportunity this year to mentor all the underclassmen and the juniors, unlike last year where all the seniors are mentoring me. So I take all of their advice that they have given me through the past 2 years, 3 years, and I'm giving it back to the juniors and sophomores and freshmen.
Are you a vocal leader?
Yes.
Is that easy for you?
Yeah, and Nolan too.
Yeah.
So
Are you the same way with swimming? You kind of approach them the same way?
I would say no, just because I'd leave that to the swimming captains, more or less. Yeah.
Now, kind of getting into the first tournament this weekend now, what is there goals that you set for the team this year and for yourself individually?
I think the end goal is to win state again. Like last year, the whole goal is to win state, and I think this year it'll take a lot more work, but I think everyone on the team is willing to put that in because they know what the feeling is when you put that banner up at the end of the year.
Was state or bust the goal from the start of the year last year, or was it as the year went on?
As the year went on, definitely. We knew there were great teams last year in state, and as the season went on and we played those teams and we ended up beating them, it was like, this is real, and I think we can beat them again in the end of the year. So.
And Coach Salentine, have you guys more focused on wins or losses early on, or just how you play?
How we play, definitely.
And that was way last year, and obviously that worked for you guys, and you didn't end up losing at all. As a captain, as a senior, as we touched on earlier, if you don't start off the year great, or even if you do start off the year great, how do you just keep focused the same way no matter how it starts?
I guess you got to know that at the beginning of the year, it's definitely not reflecting how you're going to perform at the end. So if we end up struggling the first couple weekends, we got to know that we just have to put more work in to be better at the end of April, at the beginning of May, and at the end of May in state, in sectionals.
What's your favorite part about water polo as opposed to swimming? What's better about it?
I kind of like the environment of a team sport, and where you're not individually looking for a best time. You're working together as a team, and one piece doesn't create the whole team. So you need all 6 guys, all 7 guys with the goalie.
You guys do any team bonding stuff outside?
Yeah, we always play basketball. That's the go-to.
During the year?
Yeah. If we were looking for some conditioning, we go play basketball at one of the parks around here.
Is anybody real good?
We like to think we're good. Actually, this year we have a freshman who was on varsity basketball.
Oh, really?
So maybe he'll be pretty good. But
well, is it get physical, or is it kind of no one wants to get hurt, or is it
it's
go
physical.
at it?
Yeah, we're competitive.
Yeah.
So.
Now moving on, you're not going to continue water polo into college. Did you kind of go back and forth on if you were, or did you know you weren't going to?
I kind of always knew I was never going to play in college. If the opportunity arose, maybe I would have looked into it. But I kind of wanted to go all my separate way with water polo.
And you got a college decision already?
Minnesota.
And what do you know what you're going to major in? Dream job?
I'm majoring in biology. Dream job, I don't know yet. A lot of opportunities. So.
And maybe some club water polo?
Yes.
If you can
club
there.
Water polo.
Well, why Minnesota? It's colder and.
Yeah, it's colder. I mean, it's cold here too. So hopefully
How long did you know you wanted to go there?
Not until this summer.
Okay.
It was the first time I thought about it, and I went and visited. So.
They're having a good college basketball year too in Big Ten.
And their football team is going to be better too. So.
They just got Western Michigan's coach, correct?
Yeah.
Nice. Roll the boat.
Yeah. Hopefully, I get lucky with they become better teams. So.
You a big sports fan too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Well, congratulations on last year. Good luck to this year, and good luck in your first tournament.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.